Okay, hello everyone. I hope you can hear me. Please, if someone can just confirm this on the chat. Okay, so let's start. Thank you very much for joining today's webinar. Today's webinar will be about the retail solution which we have in DSS PRO V8 in the current release V8.0.4. Okay, so what we are going to talk about today. We are going to talk a little bit about what is the DSS, how it can help you in the retail to preventing loss, how to achieve the safety environment, how to do management more effectively, and of course about the new features in the bandwidth management. And this is really important, especially for the chain projects, for the retail chain. Now we are really good in doing the really nice stuff with the bandwidth. We will talk a little bit about the event center, maintenance center, and some security standards which we have in DSS Pro. Okay, so just for those who are completely new, what is DSS? DSS is a scalable product which can be enlarged at any time. DSS integrates most of our Dahua products, not only those who are over here, but much more. We have integrated the MPT lately, so the mobile cameras, the small cameras which can be used for the police on the vest. We also integrate the metal detector, which can be also used in the retail to achieve higher security. And of course, all our cameras, regular cameras, ANPR cameras, thermal cameras, and our panoramic cameras. If you have some old installation and you have some on-with cameras, we can connect them. Over here, I recommend to use the IVSS devices, which can give new features to your current cameras. For example, we can give them some analytics, such as collecting the metadata, or we can give them the IVS rules, crossing the line, illegal parking, missing object, new object in the scene. So a lot of analytics can be added on. Everything, of course, is managed by the DSS server, and we have two options how to work with DSS. One of them is DSS client, regular client, which we will also work today on. So here is my DSS client. And we have also possibility to have DSS Agile 8. We want a lot of retail projects because of this application. This is really unique because it offers you a lot of features, and you can have the, for example, people counting data over there. You can see all of the cameras. You can have a people counting statistics directly on your mobile phone, as well as maintenance center and event center. So really powerful application, not just live view and playback as most of our competitors has. Okay. What is DSS? It's easy user interface. Configuration and application part is really, really easy. I'll show you now a little bit of how we can work in live monitoring. As you can see, we have a lot of cameras over here. This one is from Poland. This one is from Slovakia. This is in our office. We can have also some from the Prague, let's say. So I'll just switch over here to choose some from the NVR from the Prague. And a lot of cameras can be shown on the same screen at the same time. So we really know how to work internationally or with multiple locations. Then what data we can collect? We can collect many kind of the data over here. For example, the metadata about the person. We can have the alarms with the pop-ups and so on. In the previous versions, or if you are on NVR and you want to really like look for such an event, you really need to go for the playback, right? And look at the specific date. In DSS, you just hit the button over here for the playback, and you can run the playback from that specific event, of course, with some pre-recording time. In our case, is like 10 seconds. So 10 seconds before actually this event happened, I will now speed up a little bit this image, and you can see how the person get out from the car and going out. So it's really easy and convenient to work with the DSS at the moment. While we are on this screen, I will just tell you another nice thing. Let's say you have a chain project for the gas station, for the filling station, right? A lot of people are stealing the gas. If you got some suspicious car, for example, on the gas station, it's really easy to register this vehicle into some database. So you can put in the database, for example, some arming group. You can choose the arming group for that specific cars, for example, high risky vehicles. And if you have some event created, some alarm created on high risky vehicles, this will automatically pop up next time you are in the system. So next time the same car appear, we will have alarm in DSS. In the same way, we can actually register the faces and other stuff into the system. So really nice and convenient. And of course, from the 8 version, you know how easy it is to switch between live and playback. With the one button, you don't have to go really into clicking on the playback, opening the new button, and so on and so on. Okay, so let's move back in our presentation. So that's how easy is the user interface. User interface is split in 2 groups. One of them is application, another one is actually configuration for the administrator. But you know that, so just a little recap of what is the DSS. If we are going for this specific topic, retail, what we have over here, I divide this presentation into 3 parts. First of them is about how to protect actually the property of the store, how to protect the goods which you have in the store. And over here can help us, for example, abandoned object or missing object or our searches such as thumbnail search. Then how to achieve safe work environment. We have the cameras which support behavior analytics, so we can have the violence detection, fall detection. We have the access control, which can protect the whole retail, right, a whole store. And we have also other safety equipment detection cameras. So I prepared a couple of videos today for this, and I will show you how we can work with that. And the last part, but not least, it's our management, or how to work with the CCTV and how the CCTV can help you to manage the store in more efficient way. One of them is queue detection, right? Another one is intelligent analysis, and the last one is people counting. So of course there are much more features. This presentation will be about those 3 main topics. So let's start with the first one, prevent the loss. How we can prevent the loss in DSS V8. Over here we install the cameras in the store, in one local computer store in the shopping mall, and we can show you a couple of things. For example, at the beginning, you see that we have the area over here. We have the area over here which is protecting the laptops in this store, right? While protecting the laptops, we set up the missing object rule. If the object is missing for more than 6 seconds, then we have the alarm. And where the alarm can display? For the store manager or in the shopping mall monitoring center. Automatically, the alarm pop up and the guy is leaving out from the store. For this, you can use any kind of the 4 series cameras or IVSS. Now this message gets to security guard. The security guard was informed that the guy in the black shirt is actually leaving without the payment from the computer store, and the security guard is taking the guy back. You saw the image from the body-worn camera MPT220, which is now fully integrated into DSS. Once this starts transmitting, you can see the device start blinking. You can have the regular alarm recordings from this MPT, or you can have a recording based on alarm. So we are supporting both of those. At the moment, we support live, we support alarms, and recording the images based on the when you push the button. In 8.1, the new release of DSS, we will support also push to talk function and GPS position. This MPT also has the built-in memory. It's a 16 gig. It got white LED illumination and also IR. It got a built-in microphone, so we can hear also the voices, and of course the full HD image. Another feature how we can prevent the loss is to search for something what is missing. For example, I'm the store manager and I figure out at night that I'm missing something on my scene, right? You see there is just the tag, but I'm missing the monitor. So how I can search for this really effectively? This is, I think, one of the best searches for the retail, because usually we are looking for something what is missing. So the store manager now see that the monitor disappeared from the shelf. Now, how we can find it? Right, at the morning it was there, but later at night the monitor was missing. So what we can do over here, select the monitor, choose the first option, search by thumbnail. This is much easier than in DSS 7. In DSS 7 you have to do like 4 steps. Now it's really easy, it's with 2 steps. Now the whole day is divided by the hours. If we click again on the result where we last seen the monitor, it will be divided in 2.5 minute frames. If we don't have, or clips, if we don't have 2.5 minutes, we can again click for search again on the last image where we see the monitor. Now each clip got only 12 seconds. So okay, this is reasonable time to watch, right? If we want to see something what is missing. And now we can see who actually took the monitor from the shelf. So instead of reviewing 1 day of recording, we just need to review 12 seconds of recording. If you are skillful in the thumbnail search, the whole search will take you, without my talking, like 30 seconds, no more. So this is, for myself, this is one of the best things in DSS for the retail. Okay, same like we were searching for the monitor, we can search for the people. It's a little bit different, right? People don't stand on the same spot all the time. Also, we cannot have the database of the person in DSS all the time, right? You cannot just ask every person coming to shopping mall, okay, can I take your picture? And here's the access control card. We will put you in the database and we will collect all your data. No way. Because of the GDPR and other rules, we cannot do this. But what we can actually search for similar object in the scene. Based on this, we want several shopping mall objects or shopping mall projects in DSS. If you are using IVSS 7008, we can use search by body image or by face image. Over here, I recommend to put down a little bit the similarity rate from 90 to 85, and you can start searching for similar object to this. You select one or multiple devices. In DSS Express, you can do this by one device at a time. In DSS Pro, you can search as many devices as you want. So it's really up to you. As you can see, all those results from this person are over here. We got all the time body image and also face image over here. While talking about that, there's different scenes in the office, on the corridor, outside. The same person was spotted everywhere. As you can see, our stranger, we got the full path of our stranger. If we are using, or if the police is coming, usually they ask, okay, can you export all of those images to us? No problem with DSS V8. Select all the results and just export them. If you cannot do exports, you can create the case with such a event, and you can review it later. While working in the retail, I'm working with the VMSs for more than 12 years now, and I did a lot of chain projects, a lot of projects with the retail stores, and all the time they ask me, Roman, we have a problem. If someone who is not employee is going to our warehouse, to our back office, what we can do to prevent this? Can we have an alarm if someone is crossing the tripwire over there or something? I said, yes, we can have the alarm, but even the employees are crossing the line, we will trigger the alarm. With our 7 series cameras, we can filter this really nicely. For example, based on color mismatch alarm. With 7442 HPZ cameras, we can select the bottom and the top color of the dress of our employees. So let's say in my store, all the employees need to wear the blue jeans and the white shirt. So I will select the white should be top and the blue should be the bottom. If such a person will cross the line, there is no alarm. But if someone who is not employee, not wearing the company dress, is automatically triggering the alarm. So this will actually remove all those unnecessary alarms from the operators who is going to the warehouse. I don't have to really review all of them, but only the people whose color are mismatched. This is also good in the warehouses, right? People needs to wear specific dress. So you can use this actually also over there without any issue. In all of our videos, there are also on the YouTube, and we will also add some new one on the YouTube. You will see a couple of new ones today as well. We will put them on the YouTube. At the end of each video, we got the exact model and the firmware, if there is some special firmware for this detection which is required, or for this alarm which is required by you. Okay, so this alarm mismatch is really popular. Again, getting hits the market. So I really recommend to test it. Of course, if you want to prevent the loss, this is not everything what we can do. There is much more. For example, post integration. So we have full overview what the actually is marking, the salesperson is marking on the cash register, right? In this case, you really need to connect that to NVR5 series, and NVR5 series connect to DSS, and we can have the post integration with your existing rules. You can have the database of the thieves or thieves car, but make sure you are following the local GDPR rules. Since this webinar is not only for EU, maybe in some other countries you can do a little bit more with the data. I know in EU we are following the GDPR rules. Our customers are really careful about that. So make sure you can create such a databases. And of course, license plate alarms, very popular at night in the shopping mall, or if someone is going around your store at night, you can have a tripwire or intrusion alarm, intrusion detection, fire detection, smoking detection. If your customer, you know, in the shopping mall inside light up the cigarettes, you will get the alarm immediately. So lots of nice features how we can prevent the loss. Okay, so let's continue. The second part of my presentation is how to achieve the safe work environment. This is also important, not only to protect the goods, but also to achieve something where your employees will feel safe. Very good one is, for example, violence detection alarm, which we are offering now in our behavioral analytics cameras. In this short video, I'm the store manager and my colleague is trying to steal the laptop. You can see how over here he's touching the laptop and everything. Now I came to him and we start fighting. This can be fight on the shopping mall hallway or wherever. Automatically the alarm pop-ups in our window, right? So in case there is some shopping mall operator who is watching and someone is starting the fight on the corridor, on the hallways, or in the schools, we can have such an alarm. So this is unusual movements for a person, right? We start the fight, person runs away. That's the way how you can get the alarm. So this is behavioral analytics alarm. While talking about the safety, it's not only about the safety, like no one is going to fight, no one is going to fall, but also in warehouses, right? In the retail, we also work also with the warehouse, where you have, what you have to wear in the warehouse: safety hat, reflection vest, very basic things which you need to have. Also in some construction, this is many alarms can be used not only for the retail but also for construction or some other scenario. You cannot really say that this is only for retail, but this one is really good for the warehouses and the construction sites. So decide to add it over here. We made this with my colleagues in the Nordic region with the Farhan and Edison. In the first image, both of them were wearing safety hat, but now our colleague put down the safety hat from his head. Automatically, we have alarm not wearing safety hat on his head, and we can take some action. Of course, you need to have some decent resolution. If you see where is the line, I have around 200 ppm. I really need to see what kind of head it is and so on. Now I set up, the person needs to have the safety hat and also reflection vest. In this case, there is alarm because the person didn't wear the safety hat. Now the two persons are walking on the same time. One of them got safety vest and safety helmet, one only safety helmet. So the person is triggering the alarm not wearing reflective vest. As I said, in the warehouse, there are big fines if someone is not wearing the safety equipment. So I really recommend to show this feature to our customers. We already got successful projects also in construction sites and the warehouses in the manufacturing where people need to wear protective clothing. So just offer this to the customer, and this is possible to do with the 7000 series camera, which supports EPE function, so 7442 HPZ camera. And of course, special thanks to my colleague in Nordic region. Safety environment can be achieved not only with the cameras, but also with the combination of CCTV and access control. One of those combination can be access control remote verification. Why? Let's say I am the store manager and I have access to the store 24/7. That's good, but someone will find my card and will see the logo of that store on that card. So he will go to the store at night, and try to do some damage, try to steal something. So what we can do, the person can have access just with the card without any verification during the regular working hours between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. But afterwards, after 5 p.m. or 8 p.m., we will ask for remote verification. So the operator needs to actually grant the access to the person who would like to enter somewhere. This is really easy to set up. It will take you like 1 minute, and it's really easy to use. It's, I think, much better than just the combination of PIN and card. Lots of people are putting the PIN or writing the PIN on the card, so this is much, much better. We have also another alarms such as multi-card unlock. This is used also in the retail. For example, cashier and the store manager, they need to open the door where is the safe, where are the money, at the same time together. Not two store managers and not two cashiers, but people from two different groups. So this is a multi-card unlock scenario. And another one which I would like to show you, which is also popular in retail, is first card unlock scenario, right? Each store got some manager and some salespeople who are trying to open the door. So first, the staff, regular salespeople, are coming in the morning to the store, but they are not responsible for the store, and they need to wait until the store manager arrives. So the store manager arrives, and he opened with his card actually the door. Afterwards, after the store manager is inside, also the staff can enter to the store and start working. He's responsible one, so he needs to be the first one over there. Of course, we don't need to bind this to one person. We can bind it to the group of people. I don't know. It's a big store, so we have 5 managers and 100 salespeople. So any 5, at least one of those 5 needs to be in the store, and then any of those 100 can enter the store. And of course, we can do some combination with the schedules and so on and so on. It's really up to us. Another things how we can achieve the safe environment is, of course, fall detection, which I mentioned already. Not wearing safety mask, right? We have this crazy COVID era right now. So most of our cameras which are supporting face detection or face recognition are supporting alarm not wearing the safety mask. Also, our small terminals, access terminals, 7000 series are supporting that. We have also HBTM solution. It was very popular last year. We rocked the market with that solution. So if you need some thermal cameras which can measure the temperature, we still have them with the combination with the black body. You can have the alarms also in DSS. We have alarms on temperature, on low temperature, high temperature, black body alarm or black body problems, and so on and so on. The last thing about the safe environment is abandoned object. Let's say someone has a bomb, you know, or something, some dangerous object, some explosive in the bag, and leave it in the store. Our cameras 4000 series and above are supporting abandoned object. So if someone leave the bag somewhere in the store, you can get alarm immediately. So those are another features for achieving the safe environment in the retail store. Effective management. What we are thinking about when we are talking about effective management? Of course, queue detection is like the alpha and omega in retail, right? Everyone would like to have some alarms. So we can set up on the camera actually the queue detection alarm. We can set up how many people, if there's that amount of the people in front of the camera in my area, then create the alarm. And we can also set up some threshold time so the alarm doesn't pop up immediately. So it's up to us how we want to set up that. Then if this number is exceeded, we automatically are getting alarm. We can see the live scene, we can see the playback when the third person came in, and so on and so on. So again, really nice features in DSS which will help to achieve. And we can set up some sound, you know, from, for example, let's say TIOC camera to play. Open another cash register. If someone is sitting in the back office, like in this computer store, someone was sitting in the room in the back, he can get the alarm. Please go and help your colleague in the front desk. He got lots of customer at the moment in the store. So it can be used in different ways. We can do lots of nice combination in DSS at the moment. Then we have our traffic light. Probably you know those also from DSS 7, but this video, which I would like to show you, is doing the combination of DSS Agile and DSS 8. DSS Agile 8 is actually our mobile application where we can also display many things. One of those is also the traffic light. This is the traffic light which you can have on the computer, right? So you see the occupancy in the store, you can see some numbers. But on DSS Agile 8, put just some Android TV or Android tablet over there, make that display always on, and once the person is entering the store, you will see how the data are changing. So this is a real-time data applied on the tablet, and you can see available 1, another person will come to the store, available 0. So you can also customize your text over here for each store, and you can place this in the window. So it's really cheap to display those information, you know, 100 euro tablet, put it over there with the DSS Agile 8, allow only intelligent analysis for that user, so he's not able to look at the cameras, and you can have a display in the store for very low money. Of course, in DSS 8, we have much more things about intelligent analysis. This one I will show you in live a little bit, so we also play a little bit on the live DSS. So intelligent analysis, what we can do with this module. Traffic light. Today there is no one in my office. We are here, both me and my colleague. We can have also some historical count for the store. So you can select one or multiple store. We can do also some rules over here. Daily, and we choose yesterday, for example. So we can have some numbers, how many people enter the office, how many people are in the office at the specific time, and so on. We can choose whatever date we want, for example, Friday last week, and we see the data, how people were entering the office. You can do the combination of those data as well. For example, if you decide to combine up to 30 cameras, you can do this. Let's say we have a big shopping mall and we want to combine the cameras from multiple entrances, and I would like to know the whole number of the people in the shopping mall. This is possible with DSS Pro version without any problem. We can do up to 20 groups, and in each group we can have up to 30 cameras. So What we can actually do is people counting on one DSS server for 600 cameras. If we put them in the groups, we can have also the weekly statistics. We can have the monthly statistics, right? So how many people enter each day, and we can have also the yearly statistics, where we will have the numbers for the whole month, how many people enter to our store. Then we have a heat maps. Wherever I go, everyone is like crazy about the heat maps. I want to have heat map because I see how people were walking through the scene, where it was the most movement and the less movement. I think we have something much better than the heat map. This is the regular heat map from the street, because today is no one in the office, so there will be no data. So this is the heat map from the street, and you can see where was the most of the movement. So probably someone stand over here and walk over here, someone stand over here, the car were passing over here, maybe some car was parking in this area, and so on and so on. But the heat map actually doesn't tell you how many people went through there. The heat map doesn't shows you how long the people stay over there. That's why we have something much better, and this is in area analytics. So we can again select some of the cameras. I will choose the analytics for yesterday, and we can see some data over here. For example, for how long the people stay and how many people. So in the first tab, you see there are 7 people altogether. One of those people stay less than 5 seconds, and 6 of them stay more than 5 seconds in the area. Over here we get completely different numbers. 17 stay less than 5 seconds, and 5 stay more than 5 seconds. So in this case, if someone is going to the parking lot or to some area in the shopping mall, we can say how much time they spent over there. So we got much more data. Moreover, or we can use the combination of the heat map and indoor analytics. Moreover, we can change the filter over here. So how many people stay more than 30 seconds? Let's say I'm really interested. I have a shelf with the wine in my shopping mall, and I would like to see how many people really stay on my shelf with my wine and look at the wine, right? If someone just pass by, that's mean like, okay, 5 seconds where he can pass the area, no problem. But is he's really interested in my wine, here where I can see the data. And again, I can go for a different dates. For example, last Monday, I did some simulation over there in one store. So you can see there the numbers are completely different. And we have much better numbers over here. And we can see how many people stay more than 5 seconds, how many people stay less than 5 seconds in the area. So those are the data needed by the marketing department. I really recommend to show this to your customers for the retail. Is much better than just heat map and those stuff. Okay, we got something red, lots of movement all over here, lots of movement over here. But I don't know if this is just one person was walking over here, or it was 50 people walking through this area in this direction. So this is also very good thing about the DSS. Also, we have some other modules in DSS which are not only for retail, but using also in the retail, in the shopping malls. First of them is event center, right? We need to know how to plan the shifts in for the security monitoring center. If you want to know that, you just go to event center. You got some real-time alarm. For example, if someone is crossing tripwire or someone is going through the scene, or illegal parking, whatever alarm you set up in the DSS. But what you can have as well, you can have event history and even statistics. Statistics are not available in DSS Express, only in DSS Pro. Just a little reminder. And over here, we can see how many alarms were coming for a specific date. So, for example, today from 7 o'clock, I didn't have any alarms. At 8 o'clock, I have 3. At 9, 2 alarms, and then nothing. I can choose the daily reports. I can choose the different, of course, the different date. For example, how many alarms came for the yesterday, so I can see how the alarms were coming. If we are talking about those alarms, it can help us to plan the shift. Obviously, I don't need 2 operators for night in this shopping mall, but I need 2 operators during the day, especially in the afternoon. I need 2 operators between 12 to noon and 5 p.m. So we can do some return on investments to our customers. We can tell them better, like, okay, now we don't need so many security guards. Now we need more security guards. They can see it. Also, they can see how many alarms were processed or not processed. For example, we go on the real time. I go on the real time. Now I will acknowledge 2 of the alarms over here. I go back on the real time statistics. And I can see 2 alarms were proceed and 3 alarms were not proceed. So the security manager can actually talk to security guards. Why you didn't approve, or why you didn't claim those alarms, why you didn't acknowledge those alarms over here, what's going on? We were on the cigarette break, you know, and or whatever, we were too busy, too busy with the 5 alarms. So this is a really good tool for the security manager as well. For the maintenance is saving the cost for the investor. In the retail, in the shopping mall, they can save the money if they have a good maintenance center. In the DSS Pro, we are offering, it's not, again, reminder, it's not in DSS Express, but only in DSS Pro. We have also our maintenance center. In the maintenance center, you will see the statuses of all your devices. For example, now we are working on the server, which is in another town. And we can see what is the bandwidth down, what is the bandwidth up. We can see if all the services are running, when the services were turned off, what is the statuses of other devices, if they are all in or out. We can go also for more deeply statuses. So if you go to device status and you confirm that, you will see the status of each group separately afterwards. So just wait the data to be loaded for all the groups, because I have over here the devices from the Czech Republic, Poland, and also from Slovakia. So it's like international site. Okay, so we see all the encoders which are online, offline. I see offline is just my MPT device, my body-worn camera. I can see about ANPR cameras if they are online or offline. I can see some access control devices if they are offline and online, and so on and so on. If we want to use the filter, we can, especially in the big sites. We got the biggest project for the retail at the moment, like 9,000 cameras. If you want to filter and look for the device which is offline, we have this nice filter, right? Search for only offline device. I don't really need to see all the online devices. So in this case, you can do that. Okay, if we are talking about the watchdog or other stuff, lots of people were asking me with DSS 7, Roman, we need to install the additional software which is doing like watching your devices if they are online, offline, and then all the time in the morning, this is sending us email and telling us, okay, this is not working, or we have some faults over there. Now, in DSS 8, we have this digital watchdog built into our DSS. So you can set up, I want to receive a daily report every day or weekly report. I want to receive the report only about device status and fault status. No, also server status. I want to receive every day. You add your email address and you can customize the text. Thank you. Again, and just set up when you would like to send this daily report. So at 1 o'clock, right at night, this is the best time where everyone would like to receive such emails. So this is the maintenance center in DSS. Again, nice for the shopping mall. Also, this is available from your mobile phone. So I'll show you in one short video afterwards what everything we can do with our DSS Agile 8 app. Bandwidth. I was quiet about the retail solution since I have a lot of experience in that when we launched DSS 8, because in latest 8.04 we did lots of things for the bandwidth. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how it was working before in DSS. In DSS 7 or 8.02, you have the NVR, right? And you're recording in some store. Let's say this is store here in Slovakia, in Bratislava, and I am recording 32 cameras on from this location to the local NVR. This client is also in Bratislava, but we have the server, DSS server, is in UK, in London. If in DSS 7 I would like to use the DSS client to watch all the recordings from the NVR, which is next to me, all the data needs to go to DSS server and then be downloaded back to the client. So in this case, it means at least 32 streams needs to be uploaded up and needs to be downloaded back to the same room in order to use the DSS, which is of course not a good at all. If we change now in DSS client, each client can be set up in different way. Acquire data directly from device, we can change that. If I will ask, now I'm again the client in Bratislava, NVR is in Bratislava, and the server is in London. If I will ask for the recording, over here I will have just verification. Roman is sign in. Can I have the recordings from those 32 cameras? Yes, you can. How is your client setup? Acquire data directly from device. Okay, so start streaming. So instead of uploading 32 cameras up and downloading 32 cameras down, here is just verification. We are minimizing the load on the DSS server, and we make this more stable and actually saving the resources of our investors, saving the bandwidth data and the lines. It would be impossible to have 100 DSS clients to connect in HQ and downloading 32 cameras. It would be like 1 tera upload download all the time. So it's a huge amount of the data. This is much better solution. Where you can find this in DSS, just a little show. It's in the local settings of each client. If you go to video, and now you will see streaming service forwarding. So acquire directly from the device. So we can set up the specific client in this specific store that he should acquire the data from that specific device. Or streaming service forwarding, that means from DSS server. At the moment, this works with auto register devices which are connected via auto register service, via IP address, or DDNS service. In 8.01, which will come this year before the summer holiday, you will have also the possibility to use this stream service forwarding also with a peer-to-peer service. Okay, another thing about the bandwidth is to optimize the client a little bit. Streaming switching rule. From the default, the client is set up on 9 stream switching rule. What does it mean? If we are in the monitoring center, I will close a couple of windows over here. If we are in monitoring center now, I would transmit automatically 2 megapixel or 4 megapixel or 8 megapixel stream in my window. Since I switch this in local settings from default 9 to 1, I made that at the moment I'm receiving just secondary stream, which is 400 if it's coming the keyframe, a little bit about 1 megabit data over here. Over here again the same thing, right? 90, 231, depends when the keyframe is coming, and same over here. So what we are saving over here is like 80% of the bandwidth just by easy setup. Of course, if we double click on the image, so if I double click over here, we will change the stream automatically with the new keyframe to the mainstream. So this is really easy how you can swipe between the streams, substream, then wait a little bit for the next keyframe, and you see I got full stream over here, the full quality of the camera, and again secondary stream. So there are a couple of possibilities how you can save a huge amount of the data. Last thing for the data saving is stream management and the pausing on the streams. In DSS 7, if I have 3 monitoring tabs or 4 monitoring tabs open on the same time, like you can do also in DSS DSS 8 do. So you go on home and you open new monitoring, you put some camera over here, right? For example, the cameras from the Prague, I put over here. So here is our training room in the Prague. Here we are in our Slovakia office. So all the data which are now in monitoring center number 2 are not transmitted. They are all paused. One operator can have up to 4 monitoring center open at the same time. That's mean, again, if we have 4 windows and we are switching between 4 tabs, we can save over here up to 80% of the data bandwidth again and again. You can see all those data, of course, on home when we go to maintenance center. At the moment, you can see some data are transmitted, but if we stay over here for 1 minute, because those data are refreshing every minute, we can see how those data will decrease afterwards. Right now, it's taking the average for the last minute, and we can come back over here later on, and I will show you that this will go down to a few kilo bits because the server will not send the data anywhere. So this is another thing which we did for the management. Everything what is not on the prime monitor on the screen is paused on the background on those tabs. Mobile application. I talked about this several times, and in our first webinar for DSS 8, we didn't show the mobile application, but now I would like to really share what we can do with the mobile application. Of course, we can have the regular push notifications data over here. We can have the access control features. We can have the people counting data, and so on and so on. Too much things. We can go to historical data. If you try this application, you will see that over here is a historical data. So the same thing I was doing actually in my DSS, looking how many people came to my store yesterday or 2 days ago. You can do exactly the same thing from your mobile phone. Okay, the little short video about the DSS V8 and DSS Agile, how it works together. Of course, we are not going to talk about the basic, right? How to actually look the live view from the camera, but of course it's possible. You can have also some alarms which were connected to those camera. You can go to the playback from one or multiple camera. Again, no problem. Right now we are going with the one, and you can see the live image and the playback image. But as I said, this is what most of the actually applications do, right? But what we have more, you can go and see related camera to any of the door. So this is, for example, the camera which is related to my door. I can open any kind of the door directly from my mobile application. I don't need any other mobile application for that. I can have a video call with my VTO and VTH. Of course, with VTH, just the audio. With VTO, you can have also the video. You can also call the unit, or you can receive the call from the units. Also, the VTH units can call DSS operator in the monitoring center. In DSS, we can set up lots of things like call forwarding and so on, or calling specific DSS user at the buttons from the VTH. You can also search for a specific person for some faces on the mobile app, which other application doesn't offer for sure. You can do some filters by the gender and also by the age. You can search also for person metadata, so how they were dressed. Over here you can see the video from my mobile phone where I'm wearing some shirt, and over here you see the lady on the skates, over here some person on the skates on the parking lot. Now I will use the filter, just the guy in the pink shirt and a gray shorts, and you will see how all those results disappear. So we can have a full metadata search available on the phone. Same can be done with the cars, and with the cars we can do, for example, searching for based on the color, based on the camera, which camera we want to search on. We can search based on the license plate or based on the model. I can show you this afterwards also in DSS if you are interested. So really nice thing about DSS lately. It's also, we have the person archive in our DSS Agile. So I can just click like Roman. I want to search for all the results of Roman. This is face capture. This is access control capture when I open the door with my card. So all those details are over there. And we can have also in this archive the vehicle capture. So if you want to search for employee in the retail store where the employee is at the moment, just search for his personal archive and you will see. If you got some warehouse managers or suppliers, you can search where is this specific person, in which store. Then we have, of course, event center. As I told you, the store security manager or shopping mall security manager doesn't have to really come to the office and open the computer in order to see some statistics from the DSS event center. He can look at his mobile phone and see if the operators are doing their job. If he's concerning about the health status of the site, if all the cameras are on or server, this can be done from the same mobile app. You are not using other mobile application. You are using same mobile application all the time. For the warehouses and also for the shopping malls, map, very nice tool. Instead of remembering what is the name of the camera, you can open the map and click on the camera, see the image. If you want to review alarm, all the alarms are available for you in the section messages, and you can see which person actually entered the office without the face mask, and then you can punish him, of course, right? So those are actually the stuff which we prepared on the DSS Agile, and there is much more. For example, searching for the specific face in the region or so. Well, while talking about this crazy world which we have today, we need to think also about the security standards in DSS 8, right? We have a lot of things which we now integrated into DSS. Also, because of the GDPR, we had a lot of password protection sections. So that's why you also saw me that I need to present my password again if I want to send the reports somewhere. We also ensure that we are secure against the web attack. We are actually encrypting our video footage, which is sent from the camera to DSS and also from the DSS server to DSS client. And we are also protecting our data which are on the server. So this is really important when we are talking to our end users and explaining to them what's the security about the DSS. If you need more information, just let us know. While talking about the users in DSS, also over here we have high security standards because we have the super admin, which usually it's you, our partners, or the warehouse or the store manager or the shopping mall manager, where is the super admin. Then we got some administrator which can have some permissions, and then we have users. You can create a specific user, for example, only for the marketing. So when the person is actually over here on the marketing, when the person is over here on the marketing, on the home, we go for intelligent analysis. He wants to see only this module on his DSS. He will have only this module, nothing else. No monitoring center, no event center, no Deep Explorer, nothing. Just this specific part in the DSS. Sorry, very important thing. What we added, because of the GDPR, we added first login reset password, password expiration date, also how long should be the password valid. So you can choose, for example, every 3 months, the DSS user needs to change the password. Those are all like the standard things, but the one thing which is not really standard for the VMS is multiple MAC addresses binding. What does it mean? I have my username Roman and my password is Roman123. Now you know my password. So what you can do, you can just enter your username, my username and the password on your mobile phone or on your computer. But that's not really the true, because my username and the password is bind to my MAC address. So now you need to know also my MAC address, change the MAC address in your computer, which makes everything much more complicated. If you don't have access to my devices, you will never know my MAC address, of course. So very nice security feature for combination with the username and the password. While talking about the DSS and their versions, we have two kinds of DSS. One is in all-in-one devices, it's a Linux device, and one is the software. While talking about the Linux devices, we have 404 and 7016, right? 404, if someone is asking me, what is the 404 good for? If you have some residential, let's say I have 100 video door phones in some condominium building, residential building, and I have 15 cameras. Okay, you can use this device, record the cameras over there. There are some limit on the bandwidth. Everything is available on our web pages. I can show you afterwards where. So there are some limitation. This is really price effective. It's coming with the hardware and already with the licenses. So there is no possibility to add more licenses or add more, for example, a radar. As I have a question yesterday, can I add the radar to DSS 404? No, you cannot add. Those are coming with the built-in licenses or prepaid licenses, and this is the limit. We have also 7016, which is difference between differences also between the features. DSS 404 is like DSS Express, and 7016 is like DSS Pro. This is much bigger device with a 16 caddy for your hard drive. One is already occupied with the hard drive with the operating system and DSS, so you can add additional 15. It's a nice plug and play device. It's coming with the 1000 licenses. So if you are going for some monitoring center where you need to monitor, I don't know, 2,000–3,000 cameras, multiple households, I recommend to go with the 7016. It's a nice thing. It's not expensive at all. Also, if you got some bigger projects for casino or some bigger shopping mall, you can connect all of those devices, all of your IVSs, all of your old NVRs which you have over there into new DSS 7016, and you will have amazing performance out of that. While talking about the Windows versions, we have DSS Express and DSS Pro. Both of them can be installed on some Windows machine. The minimum requirements, I believe, it's Core i3 and 8 GB of the RAM and 1 tera hard drive for the system. Some footage. You can create the partitions now in DSS 8, where you can store pictures, footages, and also the DSS. For the C part, partition, we recommend to have at least 500 giga for the C drive. So keep it over there. Don't put anything else, because we are caching some of the images which are dumping over the time in your DSS client. Then we have DSS Pro and DSS Express. Of course, what are the differences? Number of the cameras, features, for example, maintenance center, as I showed you today, some statistics, more face recognition camera, or more metadata cameras, more ANPR cameras. It's really nice product, the DSS Pro, and it's really recommended for the shopping mall, for the retail chain, for integration. While talking about the integration, we have also the new way how to integrate the stuff. Me and my colleague Chris, we were presenting this in a couple of videos, how you can do the easy integration. So I really recommend to try our new features which we have. You can create the quick comments for you. So if you want to create a new button, new comment, HTTP comment, CGI comment, you can create over here, for example, webinar button, method post. And if you got some API, for example, from the third-party gates or some lights, turning on the lights, you can put your HTML or URL command over here, and you will have the button for you created in a second, which is always on the top right for all of your cameras. So this is This is a nice thing. Of course, those buttons which we have can be placed also on the camera. We can create a button which will appear over here, for example, for turning on the light, turning off the light, or for opening the gate on the third party. If you are creating the button on the camera, it's available for all of the clients. If you are doing this on the local settings, it's available only for that specific machine where you create those buttons. So lots of nice features in DSS. Okay, and just to wrap up today webinar, because my 1 hour is gone. What do we offer? We offer solution. This is the most important to say. Now you can integrate all of your devices, the mobile camera, video door phones, access control, CCTV, metal detectors, thermal cameras, people counting data. Everything can create now one solution for your offer. So you don't have to go and offer 3-4 different software. Okay, over here you can do some searching, over here you can do some people counting, over here you got the digital watchdog, then install the SIP2 server on separate machine, and of course access control again on separate machine. Everything can be on one. So offering the solution, this is the basic, right? No one will survive just selling the cameras and NVR. Remember that the DSS can help you to prevent the loss. It can help you also to achieve the safe work environment. Remember the safety vest alarm or reflection vest alarm, safety helmet. Also the mismatch, color mismatch alarm, so unwanted person will not enter based on the dress code. If you cannot have the face recognition alarms everywhere. DSS help to the management to be more effective, right? We can do the queue management or the queue alarm. We can manage how many operators for the security center we need to have. With the people counting number, we can tell how many users or how many salespeople should be on the store, how many people should work on that store in the specific hours. In the big chain projects, we now implement the new low bandwidth requirements for DSS, and this is really the thing which break our taboo to going for the big retail projects, because this is something which we needed in DSS Pro, and now from 8.0.4 it's fully working for you. And some other features which are not selected only for the retail, but event center, maintenance center, and don't forget we got high security standards. So that's pretty much it from me for today. Thank you very much for joining today's webinar. And remember that DSS is more than just VMS. Okay. Do you have any questions? If yes, we got some time. So if you want, there is a chatting window open. So just put your question over here and put it to all. Any questions? If not, I will just show you a couple of pages where you can find all of the information. We have a couple of interesting pages prepared for you. First of them is software.dahuasecurity.com. If you are on this web page, you can go over here and look for differences between the versions. For example, compare the products. So you can see the full comparison list between all of the DSS versions I was talking today about. So this table is available here for you. We got those questions all the time. How many cameras? What is the performance, and so on. The other thing, what we have over here is on the support on the download page. You can download the latest DSS Pro, which is 8.0.4, also for the Linux version, and we still have also the 7 version available for you. If you are interested in some of the videos or how to upgrade, it can be found also over here. We got the how to series video, which can help you with the either basic function or professional functions, how to upgrade the DSS server, how to set up a multi-server scenario. This will actually lead you to our YouTube channel. We have our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Dahua DSS Pro, right? So over here, what you can have is actually the cameras, the videos which I show you today. There is much more, of course, not only from me, but also from my colleague from the UK, from the Chris. There is also how-to tutorials. Lots of you, I got the questions like how I can connect the keyboard NKB 1000 into DSS. So here is a full tutorial, how to create the soft triggers, because the Chris video about the soft triggers was so popular. So I was forced to create the tutorial how to create those triggers in DSS. So all of those videos can be found over here. And this was, I guess, the last thing from me for today. Okay. So thank you very much for today's attention. And this is the end of today's webinar. Thank you all and see you soon again. Bye-bye.